In a quiet and peaceful Chinese village, the people lived close to nature and believed deeply in spiritual blessings. At the center of their village stood a majestic mountain called Heaven Peak. The villagers dreamed of building a temple at its highest point so their prayers could rise directly to the sky. However, the path to the top was steep, dangerous, and almost impossible for most people to climb. To make this dream a reality, the village elders announced a challenge. Whoever could create a staircase leading all the way to the top would bring honor not only to themselves but to the entire village. This announcement brought excitement, hope, and even competition among the villagers. Everyone knew this was no ordinary task. It required strength, courage, patience, and dedication beyond imagination. Yet the dream of touching the heavens inspired many to step forward and try their luck. After the elders announced the challenge, the villagers gathered to see who would attempt this great task. Among them was Wei, a young man known for his powerful arms and strong, muscular build. Wei was confident, loud, and full of pride. He declared boldly that he would finish the staircase faster than anyone. The villagers cheered loudly, believing that Wei's strength and energy made him the perfect man for the job. But then, unexpectedly, Grandmother Lin stepped forward. She was a fragile old woman with a bent back and trembling hands. People stared in disbelief. Some even laughed kindly, reminding her she struggled to even draw water from the well. How could she climb a mountain, let alone build stairs? But Lin simply smiled and said quietly, "I will carry 1 stone a day." Her calmness surprised everyone. They didn't believe she could do it, but she believed in herself. The work started the next day. Wei picked up massive stones, carried them on his strong shoulders, and rushed up the mountain with pride and determination. Every day he placed heavy stones, shouted proudly, and showed off his speed and power. The villagers admired him and felt confident that he would succeed. Meanwhile, Grandmother Lin walked slowly, step by step, carrying only 1 small stone tied in her cloth. Her progress seemed so tiny that most people assumed she would soon give up. While Wei's staircase grew quickly and looked impressive, Lin's little stones hardly made a visible difference. Yet she never complained, never hurried, and never tried to match Wei's speed. She simply kept doing what she had promised, 1 stone a day. The villagers watched 2 completely opposite approaches, one fueled by strength and pride, the other by patience and simplicity. As weeks passed, the truth of both approaches slowly appeared. Wei's early energy began fading. Some mornings he was too tired to wake up. Other days, he convinced himself he would work twice the next day. Soon, his pile of stones lay untouched at the foot of the mountain, silent and forgotten. His staircase stopped growing because his motivation came in bursts. But Lin never stopped. Through scorching summer heat, freezing winter snow, strong autumn winds, and heavy spring rain, she climbed the mountain every single day. Her legs shook from age, her breath was weak, yet she always whispered, "Just 1 more stone today." Her progress was slow, but her consistency was unbroken. While Wei had strength but lacked discipline, Lin had little strength but limitless dedication. Step by step, stone by stone, she continued a journey that most people had assumed she could never complete. Years passed quietly, and one morning the villagers heard a bell ringing from the top of Heaven Peak. Surprised, they rushed outside and looked up. What they saw left them speechless, a completed staircase stretching from the bottom of the mountain all the way to the temple at the top. It was strong, beautiful, and perfectly aligned. And it belonged entirely to Lin. The same old woman they had doubted, laughed at, and underestimated had finished the impossible task. Her 1 stone a day routine had slowly turned into a masterpiece. The villagers climbed the staircase with tears of admiration. They bowed before Lin, understanding now that she didn't rely on speed or strength. She relied on consistency. Her patience had turned into a mountain of success. From that day forward, the staircase became known as the Path of Patience, inspiring travelers from distant lands to follow her example. The villagers praised Lin and honored her for her miraculous achievement. Even Wei stood silently in the crowd, humbled and thoughtful. He finally understood a powerful truth: talent without consistency is like thunder without rain, loud, impressive, but incapable of nourishing anything. Lin had neither youth nor strength, yet she won through daily effort. The staircase became a living example that greatness does not come from sudden bursts of energy but from small efforts repeated again and again. People from faraway places visited the path, not just to climb it but to learn from the story behind it. The villagers shared the lesson with pride: if you carry your stone today and another tomorrow, one day you will build your own mountain of success. The story teaches that real achievement belongs to those who stay patient, persistent, and committed, even when progress seems invisible. Ultimately, consistency always wins.